Hello, my dear students. Hope you all are doing well. I welcome you all for your English online class. Children, kindly follow the below mentioned instructions. Use earphone or headphone for a better learning experience. Keep a notebook and a pen handy to make notes. Read the text on the screen. Sit at a quiet place. You may pause the video till you get ready to resume or when you have to make a note of important points. Children, topic for today is unseen passage. What is unseen passage? An unseen passage are the passages which are not presented in the textbook. Unseen passage are also known as comprehension, and its main objective is to test one's ability to grasp the meaning of a given passage properly and also one's ability to answer in one's own words. Children, here are some misconceptions related to the way of answering the unseen passage. Kindly pay attention. It is possible to understand the key idea of the passage by just reading the first and the last sentence, but this is not correct. Reading the questions will help to understand the passage better. This is also not always true because it is not possible for a person to remember all the questions. Also, the questions are sometimes indirect in nature. The order of the questions is not always in accordance with the progression of the passage. It is advisable to avoid these misconceptions in order to get better insights about the passage. Important points to solve unseen passage. Children, these are the important points. Pay attention. Read the passage moderately, neither too fast nor too slow. Get involved with the passage to understand it. Underline important lines or parts of the passage to answer the questions. It will also help to understand the main idea of the passage or the tone or mood of the passage. Try to translate a complex line in an easy one in your own words and your own language. This will help you in analyzing the main idea of the passage and seeking the cause and effects of the passage. Underline or mark the key words. This will help you discover the logical connections in the passage and help in understanding it better. Try to understand some certain unfamiliar words by reading the line thoroughly. The theme of the passage will make you understand the meaning of the words. Here, there is a small tip for you all. So, children, every time you read something, do not ignore an unknown word to find its meaning immediately. This will help you a lot to learn new words, but don't forget to use them in your day-to-day conversation whenever possible. In this way, keep working on your vocabulary without stopping. So let us practice one unseen passage. So children, please pay attention here. Marie Curie was a poor and intelligent woman who belonged to an oppressed nation. A powerful vocation summoned her from her motherland, Poland, to study in Paris, where she lived through years of poverty and solitude. So children, what is the meaning of the word vocation? Okay, so vocation is nothing but when a person is specially drawn to another place for occupation purpose. Okay, So, an occupation for which a person is specially drawn from one place to another, that is vocation. Then, what is solitude? Solitude means loneliness. Let us continue reading. There she met a man whose genius was akin to hers. Now, what is akin? Akin means similar. She married him, and their happiness was great. After many years of toil and desperate efforts, they discovered a magic element, radium. So children, what is toil? Toil means hard work. After many years of hard work and desperate efforts, they discovered a magic element, radium. This discovery provided mankind with the means of treating a dreadful disease. At the moment when their fame was spreading through the world, grief overtook Mary. Her husband and wonderful companion was taken away from her by death. However, in spite of distress and physical illness, Mary continued alone the work that had been begun with him and moved on brilliantly towards success. The rest of her life was a kind of constant giving. To the war wounded, she gave her devotion. Later on, she gave her advice, her wisdom, and all the hours of her time to her pupils. To future scientists who came to her from all parts of the world, when her mission was accomplished, she died exhausted, having refused wealth and honors. So this I have completed reading the passage. Okay, so children, this passage is all about the life story of a lady named Mac Curie. Okay, so let us read the question and understand the question and then write the answers. Question number 1 is, name the following. The country to which Mary belonged. See, the answer is straight in front of our eyes. The name of the country is Poland. Okay. Next is the place where she went for her studies. Can you see, to study in Paris? So from Poland she went to Paris for studies, right? The element discovered by Mary and her husband. See, after many years of toil and desperate efforts, they discovered a magic element, radium. Right? So what was that? Radium. Next is what her pupils became later. See here in the last paragraph, third last line. To future scientists who came to her from all parts of the world. So the one who were her students, the one to whom she was giving advice, her wisdom and all, they became the scientists. So the answer becomes scientists. Describe in brief the work Mary did that benefited mankind. So what was that? Mary and her husband discovered a magic element, radium, which is used for treating a dreadful disease. She worked devotedly to help the wounded. She gave her wisdom, advice, and her time to her pupils, who later became scientists. Okay, then question number 3 is, write from the passage words that means the following. See, while reading the passage only, I have explained you the meaning of difficult words, right? So I told you solitude means loneliness. So here I have given you the meaning from the passage. You have to find what word is suiting this meaning, or what word means the meaning of it, right? So loneliness means solitude. Hard work means toil. An occupation for which a person is specially drawn or suited, that is vocation. Similar means akin. Okay, children. Next is do as directed. She married him and their happiness was great. Identify the verb and adjective of the given sentence. So married is a verb, great is an adjective. She gave her advice, her wisdom, and all the hours of her time to her pupils. Rewrite using not only but also. So the answer becomes, she not only gave her advice but also her wisdom and all the hours of her time to her pupil. Okay. Then next is a personal response question. See, children, after each paragraph, whether it is a seen passage, seen poem, unseen poem, one personal response question has to be there. Okay, and it will be there. So you have to give what is your response, what is your thinking, what is your perception. Okay, so the question is, would you like to be a scientist when you grow up? Explain your reasons. So, children, everyone is aware that I am a teacher, but then I am not going to write something as like I am a teacher. So, my personal response to this question is no, I would not like to be a scientist because I do not like science. I like singing and music very much, and I'm already learning to play the guitar. I would like to be a singer or a musician when I grow up. So there are children who can say yes, I want to become a scientist. There are students who will say no, I don't want to become a scientist. They will be having many XYZ reasons. So this is just a personal response question that I have answered. Okay, children. Next is the home assignment. See, one I have practiced with you all. I told you all that how to read the passage. I explained you all how to write answers and all. Now this is your home assignment. Sincerely, you have to do it by your own. No tuition teacher's help. Okay? No classes sir help. No elder brother, elder sister's help. You do it by your own. Let your answer be wrong, because mistakes, we learn from our mistakes only, right? If we if we keep on taking help from someone elder to us, we will never learn in our life, children. Okay, so please pay attention while I'm reading. The earth upon which we live in one of the known planets that circle the sun. In ancient times, men who studied the stars noticed that while certain heavenly bodies seemed fixed in the sky, others seemed to move about. Then later they named as planets or wanderers. Modern astronomers tells us that the four planets, that is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, which are much bigger than the others, are surrounded by poisonous gases and are so cold that any living thing attempted to land on them would immediately be frozen to death. Of the remaining planets, Venus most closely resembles the Earth in size, but it is a world devoid of moisture, swept unceasingly by storms and lacking in its atmosphere the life-giving oxygen by which all life is made possible on its nearest neighbor in space, that is the Earth. Mars is the only planet on which there is any sign of life. Most of Mars is desert, but there are green areas on its surface, which change according to the seasons, suggesting the some form of plant life is possible. It is known that the surface temperature of Mercury, the hottest and nearest planet to the Sun, is sufficient to melt lead. So, this passage was all about the solar system. Okay, children. So, pay attention while I'm reading the questions for you. What makes life possible on any planet? Mention the characteristics of the planet Jupiter. Write the order of the planet in the solar system. Certainly, heavenly bodies seemed fixed in the sky. Rewrite the sentence as negative. Write from the passage phrases that are opposite of the following word. Abundant with, coldest. Which is the planet you find most interesting? Give your reasons. Okay, children. Now comes the activity part. Children, as we all have decided that we all need to speak and we all wish to speak English fluently. So for that we have adopted two activities. One is spoon feeding and one is quite challenging. Now what is spoon feeding? Teacher is giving you word, teacher is giving you meaning. You just need to frame sentences in your own words. But activity 2, why is it challenging? Because you have to search for new words, search meanings for it, and then frame sentences in your own words. But believe you me, children, if you follow this activity sincerely, You are no way far in speaking English excellently. Okay, so let's discuss the word. Devoid of means without, unceasingly means without stopping or continuously, lacking means not having. Okay, children, I want all these three words with its meaning and activity to three words with its meaning and all total 6 sentences in your English notebook. Okay, children. So we are done with the lecture, children. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Stay home, stay safe. God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye bye.